Back to follow segment tonight. As you may know, the radical left group Black Lives Matter has demonized American police all across the country. The group alleges cops are hunting down young black men. But a new Gallup poll says Americans are not buying it. The question, how much respect do you have for the police in your area? A great deal, 76%. Some, 17%. Hardly any, 7%. Under the a great deal of respect question, 80% of whites believe that. 67% of non-whites concur. That's a big change from just 1 year ago. For whites, 11% more have a great deal of confidence in the police. For non-whites, 14%. This now here in New York City, Heather McDonald, author of the very instructive book, The War on Cops. So there is a study out, you wrote a column based on the study and on the Gallup, that by the Center for Policing Equality organization. First of all, what is that?
It's the Center for Policing Equity, and it's a relatively left-leaning group that is itself committed to the Black Lives Matter narrative.
Okay, so their own study, not a conservative group, right, not that friendly to cops, shows what? That
actually, if there's a bias in police shootings, it works in favor of blacks. White felons are more likely to be shot by the police following the arrest for a violent felony than blacks are.
Isn't that stunning?
It's one of 3 other studies this year alone, Bill, that have shown that everything the Black Lives Matter narrative has been pushing out is wrong. Reverse it and you've got the truth.
So this left-leaning group, the Center for Police Equity, all right, says that lethal force on black citizens, is 6.92% in all police interactions. Lethal force on whites, 16.70. So there's a big gap. It's not even close.
Well, officers are now second-guessing themselves when they're confronting a black suspect. In Chicago this month, there was a female cop who was involved in a response to a car crash. The suspect started running, and he then started knocking her head into the pavement, knocking her unconscious, pulling out fistfuls of hair. She later told her police superintendent that she thought about using her gun, but didn't because she was so worried about becoming the last Black Lives video.
So the police officer herself was assaulted and hurt, but wouldn't use her gun because she was fearful that she would become a national outcry person.
Right. She'd be the constant loop on TV.
So I just want you to restate. You wrote a column, and then it's been backed up by this study for policing equity, and it's been backed up by the Gallup poll, that Americans are not believing this Black Lives Matter propaganda that young black men are being hunted down because of their color. Is that primarily it, right?
Well, that's true. I think the Gallup poll reflects the fact that Americans realize after the assassination of 8 cops in July,
in Dallas,
that this in Dallas and in Baton Rouge, 5 in Dallas, 3 in Baton Rouge, I think they've woken up and realized that this Black Lives Matter narrative is poison and it is threatening civil peace and civil society.
Okay. How many other news outlets do you think is going to report this study and your column and your book?
I'll be optimistic. Everybody.
What do you
that
really?
would be
Come
really
on,
good.
Heather. How many have you been invited by CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, ABC, CBS? Have you been invited?
I recently did an interview with CNN, but it's belated, I will say that. But I'm grateful that my voice is getting out there a little bit more.
Well, you're telling the truth, and that's what we're in business to do. Heather, thank you very much. We appreciate it.